All right. And we are live. Welcome, family, to another show. It's your man BMT in the building. I am fresh from Bangkok. Now I'm back in Pattaya. We got a really good show lined up for you guys today. I'm going to give you guys a lot of good information. And we're going to dispel a couple of more misconceptions about the Passport Bros and the Passport Bros movement. All right, guys. So appreciate you tuning on in. I know I haven't done a live in a minute. I was kind of moving around a little bit. My setup was a little different in Bangkok, but we back, and you're going to have a lot of shows coming up. First and foremost, I want to say happy holidays, everybody. I see a lot of people are in the holiday spirit. Pattaya right now. It's very crowded. A lot of people are spending their holidays here. They're going to spend Christmas and New Year's here. I had no idea people actually came down to spend the holiday in Pattaya. So it's packed outside. But guys, I got a lot of good information for you guys today in this video. We're going to chop it up, stuff like that. All right. So real quick, let me tell everybody in the fan. What up, Illinois? What's going on, bro? Death to Betas in the building. Saint and Seer. First one in the building. What's good? What's good? I want to give a shout out to Broken. I think that's Broken Sec. He's also a member with a thumbs up. Man, I really appreciate that. All right. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. Don't worry. We definitely going to discuss some of these misconceptions because, it's like, the fear of missing out, a lot of news going on right now. And people are like, hey, you can't go here, you can't go there. They're doing this, they're doing that. So we're going to, dispel a lot of stuff in this particular video. All right. So guys, stay tuned. We're going to be right back.
No matter where I go, no matter where I be. We'll be rocking it like that, man. I love the fit of this shirt, bro.
Bro, look, I just have to get off the elevator. Look at it. The BMT shirt on. We representing all the way in Thailand, man.
What's up, y'all? It's the Travel OG, and I gotta do my BMT commercial, man, for my BMT shirt, man. This shirt is so dope, man. It shows off your guns, fits your muscles, gives you room at the bottom for the belly, and then you're repping the BMT brand, man. So make sure y'all pick up that BMT shirt, because it's fire. It looks good. He got them in different colors, and I'm telling y'all, man, the fit, it ain't that cheap. It's a real quality shirt, man. I love it, BMT. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for blessing me with the shirt. And I'll see you on the other side. You dig?
Fellas, don't forget to check out the Black Man Travels merch store where you can purchase BMT t-shirts, tank tops, travel quote tees, and much more. All right, we back. Family, we got a BMT Travels discount code, 20% off. It's BMT 2040. Right in the comment section. It's the holiday season, so we're going to get into the holiday spirit and give you guys a discount on the merch. Everybody's loving the BMT Thailand shirts, and of course the rest of the BMT merch as well. So check it out, 20% off your discount code for which is BMT 2040. All right, once again, let me holler at everybody that's in the chat so far. We got 46 in the room. Do me a favor, guys, make sure you hit that like button. We got Donovan 51 says very interesting topic. What's going on, Donovan? How's it going, man? He was out there in Brazil with me, kicking it, enjoying ourselves out there in Copacabana. All right, we got my man Jay Good in the building. Says interesting topic. Yeah, we're gonna discuss it, man, because I get emails, messages all the time. Hey man, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? What you think about this? So I said, man, let me go ahead and do a video because people can take the news and kind of sway it the way they want to, especially against a progressive movement like the Passport Bro movement, which is getting a lot of press right now. And I'm just kind of shocked because, Usually 9 times out of 10, and I see a lot of channels, and shout out to those channels. You know, I'm not tripping on the content that they put out, but you do have like guys on YouTube that would do a whole lot of videos. They take a lot of TikTok videos from, you know, people in general, but mostly women, you know, pretty much downing the passport bros, you know, or giving their thoughts on the passport bros. You never see me do reaction videos to that, because to my opinion, I'm like, yeah, certain people are definitely going to be triggered. And, you know, women, it's like, you know, they're going to say what they're going to say. So there's no point in going back and forth with that, at least in my opinion. Now on this platform is really more informational than anything as far as this channel is concerned. But I had to make a reaction to this particular video that I'm going to go ahead and show. You know, we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it. All right, because this was just so funny to me. I'm sitting here like, wow, I've seen it all now. You know, if the sun don't come up, it's going to be blame on the passport bro movement at this point. They're finding anything possible. All right, anybody that does anything wrong, if you got, you know, because it is somewhat of a black male orientation to the passport bros, even though it encompasses every other ethnicity of guys. You know, the bro makes it, you know, somewhat of an orientation, and a lot of the black travelers were discussing the passport bros and claiming to be passport bros and stuff like that. So, you know, with that being said, you know, you're going to get a lot of pushback. And early on, I recognized the pushback, even early on. And it's interesting to see that some of these same YouTubers that was running me off panels less than 3 years ago are all of a sudden passport bros and making passport bro type of content, which is very interesting to me. But people are going to, you know, jump on the hot topic. It is what it is. All right. Shout out to Broken Sec with a $2 super chat. I'm sorry. He says, bro, I would love a wrench. I got you. Can I do that right now? Let me see if I can do that right now. Okay. I'll do it after the show. All right. I'll do that for the show. What up, buddy Mac? What's good? All right. So let me go and hop on into it. We got 62 in the room. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. I got to play this clip for you guys, though. I got to play this clip. This has been shared in a couple of WhatsApp groups. When I saw it, I was just like, I was trying to figure out what angle she had. Let me see. Let me pull this up. Hold on. Here we go. All right. So, in my opinion, you know, I think she's somewhat jokingly and trolling because she cannot be serious. But with the internet, you never know. All right, you never know, but I gotta play this. This right here is hilarious. So, to give it some preference, as a lot of you probably already know, Indonesia, and in particular Bali, because a lot of people are going to Bali. Bali is a big tourist destination, especially guys that come out to Thailand. Since Bali is a short trip to Indonesia, they might come over to Thailand and you know, shoot on that to Bali, spend some time. I've heard a lot of good things about Bali. Bali has a lot more melanated people in there, you know, some darker. They don't really show them in the media, but from what I've told, a lot of darker skinned people are there in Indonesia. It is a Muslim country, so it's relatively conservative. And they just recently came out with the law. Now, the law doesn't go into effect until next year, which is right around the corner, actually. But let me play this little clip right here. It says Indonesia passes law punishing sex outside of marriage and the jail for a year for citizens and tourists. So let me read that one more again. Indonesia passes law punishing sex outside of marriage with jail for citizens and tourists. So what that basically means is you can't go cohabitate. So if you and your girl, if you guys are not married, if it's just you and your girlfriend, or you're meeting some girls over there, or you're linking up with some women over there, you can't stay in the same domicile, all right? And the citizens and workers have an initiative to basically tell on you to the police. So you check in the hotel, you think you're okay, you know, you get a hotel room with your girl or something, they could legally call the police on you, and you can get arrested and spend in jail for a year. All right, so that's really big news, and believe it or not, a lot of people are protesting against it as well. All right, so let me go ahead and play this clip.
Look at this headline. Indonesia passes law punishing sex outside of marriage with jail for citizens and tourists. Who are they targeting? Indonesia has passed a controversial law punishing sex outside marriage with up to a year in jail for citizens and tourists alike. The amended criminal code includes several revised articles that make sex outside marriage punishable by a year in jail and cohabitation by 6 months. But adultery charges must be based on police reports lodged by their spouse, parents, or children. Also, according to the new code, the promotion of contraception and religious blasphemy are illegal. Additionally, in the code, abortion is a crime, but it adds exceptions for women who have life-threatening conditions and for rape. These laws didn't just come out of space. Passport bros out here messing it up for other countries.
Where did that even come from? That's just so. At this point, I've heard it all. I've heard it all at this point. And the way she said it, I'm like, man, she got to be joking. Let me play that one more time for you guys, just in case you missed it. All right. Let me play that. Because the way she said it was so funny at the end. She has to be trolling. She just threw that in there. It looked like a lot of guys don't even really technically go to Bali like that. Bali is more of most people that I know that go to Bali for like more of a spiritual type of retreatment, getting yourself together, relaxing, doing yoga. It's a very relaxing atmosphere. Very reasonable too. Some of the Airbnbs, if you see out there, I mean, they're beautiful. You got large plants everywhere, all that stuff, just to kind of relax your mind and kind of take a break from the West. I believe Russell Simmons, the record exec, stays out there. So it's some peaceful type of journey type of thing with Bali already, because once again, it's a very conservative country. And this is what I try to tell you guys a lot. I try to explain to you how important it is to know the laws of these countries before you decide to venture out. I see guys all the time. I saw a video. I actually meant to do a reaction to a video of a guy saying he didn't like, Thailand. It wasn't from him, which is cool. But the way he was moving, he just lacked the information. Same thing in Brazil. I've seen guys, go to Brazil and say, hey, I wasn't really feeling Brazil. I said, what did you do in Brazil? I went to the beach. I went to the bar. That's it. Well, you didn't know where to go in Brazil, bro. Like you didn't know. So, a lot of guys can be reserved. And they don't really want to interact with different people. They might be a little nervous or, about meeting different guys, different people from different elements and stuff, different country. I've seen it. The reason I had such a good time in Brazil, the first trip in 2017, was because I paid for a consultation, right? I paid for a consultation, and I have consultations, by the way. Link is in the description. I paid for a consultation down there in Brazil with my guy, Alan Harper. And I was out there for 10 days, and it changed my life because he was showing me around and giving me the information that I need to properly enjoy myself about the country. So not only that, some type of consultation, and if not a consultation, you get with a guy who lives out there or a friend, somebody that's familiar with with the land, or do a lot of detailed research. And a lot of research you cannot just Google, because you're not going to know what to Google necessarily. In Brazil, the infrastructure isn't the greatest, especially around the Copacabana, Ipanema area, Lima area. So I hear all the time that, hey, man, I didn't like my apartment, because, they got all these different angles. Let me take these photos of these Airbnbs, and the installation isn't good either at a lot of these apartments, because the apartments are so old. And that might hinder your trip if you don't like where you stay, because most people that go to Brazil for a minimum of 2 weeks. And if you don't like where you stay, because I've seen guys book apartments, you walk inside, you walked in the living room, dining room, bathroom, kitchen, all at the same time. It's that small. One of my guys, I give, my boy John Money, he had an apartment. He had an apartment in Ipanema, Travelversity. Shout out to my dude, Travelversity. And it was it was the most awkwardly angled apartment ever. Just the way, just the angles and the walls were like a triangular. And it was just like when you walked in, it was like walking into a triangular circle. It was real weird. Like if you sat in there for like longer than an hour, you would start getting a headache, seemed like, because it was just that strange. An apartment, the bathroom was real small. He's like, man, I hate this place, man. I'm like, yeah, bro, the pictures are very misleading, so you got to watch it. So things like that, and then you got guys that are actually making the transition. I don't play the video again. I'm waiting for more people to come in the room before I play the video again, guys. But then you got guys who actually are making the transition to overseas. All right, they're actually moving from the states to Brazil to Colombia, even to Thailand. I did a consultation yesterday with a guy who's going to be making the transition to Thailand for 6 months and then going to Brazil. And it was we kind of tailor fitted it, for what he needed, basically. So it was a real good consultation because I was like, yeah, you can do this, you can do that. You'll save money here, you save money that, because Brazil is a tad bit more expensive than Thailand. In some cases, much more expensive in Thailand. All right. So you definitely need a consultation if you decide to actually move overseas. All right. Because it's a large learning curve. And it's some safety issues as well. Some things you definitely got to know. If you plan on moving to Colombia or plan on going to Medellin, you definitely want to get a consultation as well, because things are very different in these countries. And there's a lot of schemes. There's a lot of scams. All right. People lose money all the time because they just lack the information. All right. So let me go ahead and play this video once again. You guys got to hear this. We got 115 in the room, guys. Make sure you do me a favor and hit that like button. Let me play this video one more time. This is hilarious, man. I mean, I just could not stop laughing. I played this video about 3-4 times. You got shared in all the travel WhatsApp groups, and shout out to her. I still think she was joking. I honestly think she was joking because the way she said it at the end was hilarious. But let me play this one more time. Say Canada, you pro.
Look at this headline. Indonesia passes law punishing sex outside of marriage with jail for citizens and tourists. Who are they targeting? Indonesia has passed a controversial law punishing sex outside marriage with up to a year in jail for citizens and tourists alike. The amended criminal code includes several revised articles that make sex outside marriage punishable by a year in jail and cohabitation by 6 months. But adultery charges must be based on police reports lodged by their spouse, parents, or children. Also, according to the new code, the promotion of contraception and religious blasphemy are illegal. Additionally, in the code, abortion is a crime, but it adds exceptions for women who have life-threatening conditions and for rape. These laws didn't just come out of space. Passport bros out here messing it up for other countries.
First of all, even the statement "passport bros are messing it up for other countries." What is she talking about? That statement didn't even make sense in itself. But it's just hilarious, man. Just hilarious. It has nothing to do with the passport bros, because to be honest with you, not a lot of guys even go. Mainly, and shout out to my dude Xavier, because I met a lot of people that have went to Bali. Like I say, usually people go to Bali for more of a spiritual type of journey, relaxing. It's like a real deal vacation. You're going out there to relax, mostly do a little lightweight partying as well. Every guy I know that went to Bali definitely enjoyed himself. Definitely a different vibe. Much more conservative than Thailand. Shout out to my dude Xavier Lancaster. He says Bali is a city that most Eastern Europeans and Australians go to party. That's definitely true. That is definitely true. So it's more than just that misconception. It's way more. I mean, people are coming for the movement, making all types of videos. Like I say, I don't really get into the going back and forth and doing the reaction videos. To me, it's expected. Certain people within the Western society are not comfortable with men deciding to opt out and take their talents and resources elsewhere, and also decide to date the women in these foreign lands. Some people might be uncomfortable with that. Like I said before, especially if it has even more so within the communities, like the communities that we come from, where they're just not used to it. Now, keep in mind, it's still a small percentage of Black men that are traveling. I would guess this less than 15%, maybe about 10%, something like that. So it's a small seed, but people are definitely paying attention to it, and some people are worried about it because they're uncomfortable with it, because this movement wasn't what's the word I want to say? It wasn't quote unquote approved, all right, by the handlers, right? It's something that we're kind of doing on our own, and we're being progressive, and we're not asking anybody. We're just doing it, and a lot of people can be definitely uncomfortable with that. All right. Let me see what's going on in it. Okay. Let me get this guy in the comment section. We got a little troll in here real quick. We got a couple of trolls, a couple of haters. All right. We got ballers are traveling the world. What up, ballers? Psych 86 says, how did she blame it on Passport Bros? Yeah, it's amazing. They blame everything on Passport Bros. Somebody said Bali's pitching the country from the ratchet vibe. Maybe. Change for the best said, what it do? What's going on, family? Yeah, that's true. Kilson J, that is true. Somebody said, we did a whole show on that, man. He says, yes, I think Passport Bro YouTubers are giving bad names to young travelers. Not necessarily, man. Let me tell you something about YouTube. YouTube helps a lot of, it helps tourism in general. And it helps a lot of people that are in the tourism industry. It helps businesses a lot. Right now, YouTube, Facebook, it's the new marketing tool. It's definitely a new marketing tool, and people tend to believe the content creator who has a small following more so than a commercial or an ad, or even big YouTubers. Let's say YouTubers over 100 to 200,000, right? People genuinely like to listen to guys 20, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 opinions, all right, not only on products, but products and services, but places to go to. All right, so YouTube actually generates a lot of revenue for tourism. Some of the bigger YouTubers even talk to the board of tourism because you're bringing people into the country, stimulating the economy right now. And that's the biggest thing going for a lot of countries is getting the tourism dollars back after the pandemic. All right. I don't want to get too far into that. All right. Now, I want to give you guys another little very, very important update. Some of you guys might be familiar with it. This is some news that's been going on here right now in Pattaya. All right. And it's maybe because it's the holiday season. And it's a lot of more people here. All right. It might be some other factors at play, but I want to go ahead and bring this up because I know some of the guys are coming out here. And I want you guys to be aware because it can be somewhat of a hindrance, all right? Because you're having fun, you're enjoying yourself, and you don't want to get, you don't have to deal with immigration, all right? So in this article right here, and I've been seeing this, I mean, people have been sending me videos from Walking Street and all that good stuff. You got Pattaya police and immigration step up overstay checks and safety patrols around Pattaya. All right, so overstay checks basically mean that they're going to check to see your entry date on your visa. Right now, currently, you get 45 days to stay in the kingdom. After your 45 days, you can apply for a 30-day extension. All right, so that's about somewhere like 75 days. After the 75 days, you will have to leave the country and re-enter. All right, so some people don't do that. Some people overstay. Most cats I know, generally speaking, here for a couple of weeks. Most people are not here that long for 45 days. But you do have a lot of people that are overstaying their visas, and they're pretty much, setting up checkpoints. You see immigration going around, and they're asking for your passport so they can check your visa entry date. Now, they're saying that it's okay to have a copy or something on your phone because me personally, I don't carry my passport around. Okay? That's a very important document. All right, that's your papers. And if you lose it, it can be very costly having to, not be able to move because you don't have your passport. You can't go to the embassy and they'll send you a passport, right? And they'll work on getting you back to the States. But I don't suggest having your passport on you because you never know. It might come out your pocket. You might lose your little shoulder bag, whatever it is. I suggest just having a copy on you at all times, and make sure you have the copy, which should be maybe 2 copies, or it could be on the same same page. You're gonna need a copy of your actual passport ID, the page with your picture on it, and then you're gonna make a copy of your visa entry, your most recent visa entry date. All right, so they can check that They're gonna check it. You can have it on your phone. Show it to them on your phone. Usually you'll be okay. Now, if you don't have anything, they can technically drag you down to the police department, and that can be, mess up your day. All right. So you definitely want to have that on you if you're moving around Thailand in general. In general, in any country, you should have a copy of your passport on you. All right, because any police can pull you over, not just immigration, but the police can pull you over too. I got pulled over a couple times in Colombia, and they asked me for my ID and my passport. Now, usually in Colombia, they're not checking the actual dates. They're not looking for the immigration date. They're just trying to ID you. All right. And usually when you're American, they see the American passport. It's like a little real quick glance, and they give it right back. All right. So just be mindful of that. Somebody said I got a wallet-sized copy. That's good. Somebody they're also doing it in Sweden. You're doing it all over, man. They're doing it all over. So I think Thai police, everybody watches YouTube. So somebody says, shout out to JM. We got, why is Thailand so uptight about the overstay immigration rules? Don't they want our money? Oh, yeah, I forgot tourism is just a small portion of their GDP. I wouldn't say it's a GDP. I wouldn't say it's a small portion, JM. It's pretty much a big portion, in my opinion, because you have a lot going on out here in Thailand. A lot of things are opening back up. Like I say, it's way more packed than when I first originally came out here during the situation we was having. So Thailand definitely depends on immigration. I'm not going to really guess of why they're doing it. There are different rumors of why they're doing it. Maybe they're targeting a certain population or expat community of people that are, overstaying to avoid something or something like that. It's definitely a reason why. Also the fines you get. You have to pay, I think, about $50 every time you extend your visa here. So that might be a reason why. Like I said, I don't want to guess too much, but yeah, they're in a lot of popular places. Like I said, they're on Walking Street. They're on these tourist areas, checking everybody's identification, everybody's passport, and entry dates. So you definitely want to be mindful of that. All right. Let's see what we got more in the comments. Did I miss anything? Indonesia is not too far from Thailand, man. It's pretty much Southeast Asia. It's above Thailand, if I'm not mistaken. It's correct. It's only growing, though, for Western men of all races. That is true. All right. I meant to pull this up point. I did mention this in an earlier stream last week. Shout out to CS because he reminded me of this. He said the DR tripping too, fam. Dennis Sperling did a video. I did not watch the Dennis Sperling video, but I'm sure you're speaking about immigration stopping people of darker skin at the airports on entry. All right. They did come out with a report. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. And I did cover this last week sometime. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And some of you guys are already familiar with this. Now, it's been a couple of videos. Shout out to my dude Flip Flop out there in Puerto Plata. Shout out to my guy Cardell. He's out there in Puerto Plata, Sosua as well. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Immigration, demographic warning. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. All right. So this has been going on now. From what I've been hearing, is something the DR, America did to DR, or something that didn't work out, and America's using their press to suppress maybe a little bit of their tourism industry. I'm not sure. I can tell you, family, but let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. There's touch screen. All right. Because a lot of people have been speaking on this. So it says U.S. Dominican Republic spar over extra scrutiny of black travelers. All right. U.S. says Haitian deportation push maybe put some citizens at risk. So basically what they're saying, is they think that black Americans are Haitians and might be harassed on entry to the Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic says it's not true. It says baseless and unfair. All right. So that's what they're saying. Now, I posted this in the Passport Bros Facebook group. Shout out to everybody in the Passport Bros Facebook group. Make sure to join that. And I asked the question. I said, I know a lot of guys go to the Dominican Republic. Have you had any issues? And about 100-something guys said they did not have any issues entering the Dominican Republic. But it was a few. It was a few that said they got searched or anything like that, or they got held. And they've been doing that. You know, they'll pull somebody randomly out the line, and they'll go through your stuff. They done it to me once or twice. You know, so that's kind of normal. Usually, the Haitians are border crossing on land, so it's kind of like shocking to see, you know, American citizens that entering Dominican Republic having to deal with that issue, because I mean, you're flying from a destination. Everybody knows what flights are coming through and where they're coming from. They already know it's coming from Miami, it's coming from Dallas, wherever. So I don't think that Haitians would be going first to America and then re-entering Dominican Republic. So even that formula doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. All right. So is it true? Is it false? I'm going to say from the people, the comments in the Facebook group and a few of the videos, it might not be all the way true what they're saying. All right. You should not have any issues entering the Dominican Republic right now. If any guys have heard any issues, let me know in the chat right now. Because that was being blamed on Passport Bros. I meant to say that was being blamed on Passport Bros as well. Let me see who we got. Somebody said they always hating. Somebody asked me, what's the most racist country in Southeast Asia in your opinion? That's a good question, man. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Somebody said the Philippines seem to be among the least racist. I have heard that. All right. Somebody said, shout out to Philippi Lindsay, says the gringos are noticing bros are leaving, so they're setting barriers and propaganda to discourage folks from catching that flight. You got to see it. They want to scare as many folks as possible. That could be true. Now, somebody said on the street, you will have a problem if you are dark skinned. You know, I just watched a whole entire video of Flip Flop interviewing my guy Finger out there in Sosua. He was saying that he wasn't having any issues or anything like that. But like I said, I haven't been in DR in quite some time. I'm not really familiar with what's going on out there. Before you go to that country, I definitely suggest doing your due diligence, doing as much research as possible, because things are very, very different. Things can be very, very different. All right. We got 186 in the room. Guys, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button. Somebody said hate it because they ain't us. Somebody said, did anyone need additional identification for a passport? Not sure. Not sure, bro. Not sure. So these are a few updates in the news, man. Just be aware, be aware. If you come to Thailand, make sure you have a copy of your passport on you. All right. If you go to DR, maybe be careful. Look for different, scrutinies. If you're coming through Dominican Republic, like I said before, I haven't heard any issues. Shout out to Poor Man 313. Says Zumba Thailand, BMT, Austin, Fred are giving up. Shout out to Fred. I believe Fred. I think you're talking about what's his channel name? Vibing with Fred, if I'm not mistaken. But shout out to Fred. He said they're both down there in Salvador Bahia. I just talked to Austin maybe a day or two ago, and he said they're loving Salvador Bahia. I'm going to check that out in early 2023, or is it going to be 2024? I'm not even sure what year it's going to be next year. All right. So shout out to the travel crew. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to my dude Zoom to Thailand. We in here, man. Too many riches for me. Somebody said Sweden has ratchets. Okay. All right. So this comment is by Udine Worry. He says Southeast Asia is pretty cool with bros. South Korean can be difficult outside of Seoul. for the darker skinned folks. Listen, man, when I'm traveling, I'll be honest with you, man. I don't really look for any racial issues. Um, I've been here for about 8 months. I haven't had any incidents. I did have a few friends have incident with more tourists, different, not the actual Thai people, but other tourists, European tourists. And I was in Cambodia. I got a lot of love, so I don't really look for it. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen. I did hear somebody, make a few comments here and there. I got guys in the Philippines loving the Philippines. I've actually been told by Asian guys, like, man, you should check out the Philippines. Like I say, I enjoyed it when I was in Cambodia. I had a great time. So I just don't look for it. When you travel, man, relax, man. Everything is maybe not as racialized as it is in the West, in America, per se. People know you're a foreigner, man. You're just a foreigner. They look at you like you from America, you're a foreigner. They're going to ask where you're from. You'll say America. Usually 9 times out of 10, they're going to smile. Oh, America. They're going to say, I want to go to America. Or they say, I've been to America. Or they ask you what part of America. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I haven't had any incidents since I've been out here in Southeast Asia. Now, I won't deny that I get a couple of looks and glances, but I just think because out here, we're rare. And if you do see black people or darker skinned people, they're going to be mostly from Africa. So it's not a lot of African Americans out here like that. So when they meet you, they just like we have a popular culture. I'm just gonna put it to you that way. We have a very popular culture. Our music has been expanded all around the world. I went to a real dope hip hop club out there in Bangkok. Love Bangkok. We'll be returning to Bangkok, possibly moving to Bangkok. All right. Let me put this up. Let me remove this. And Bangkok had a big vibe of different ethnicities of people. A lot of Africans out there in Bangkok. I met some women from Tanzania, met some women from Zimbabwe. I think I met a few women from Ethiopia out there. Met some sisters from over there in the UK. So you have a large variety of people. And I'm gonna do a video tomorrow, Bangkok versus Pattaya, to give you guys a little insight on which city you might want to go to, because they're very different. Bangkok has definitely a big New York type city vibe, all different cultures. It is a little bit more expensive, whereas Pattaya has a very much a city vibe. I'm not gonna say Miami per se, because Miami, this is a little bit more conservative than Miami, at least as far as the beach culture is concerned. It's a little slower pace than Miami, but it's just very different, like a beach town, beach city rather. All right. So we're going to definitely talk about that in the next video. Some people say I like Bangkok better. I really enjoyed myself in Bangkok, bro. I'm not going to lie. I mean, different type of people, different type of women, different class of women out there in Bangkok. It's a major city. Like I said, it's a little bit more expensive. You're going to pay a little bit more extra out there. It's a lot of traffic. The smog is kind of bad. When I first got there, my eyes were burning and all that good stuff, but you get used to it. Definitely a different vibe, man. Like I said, I've definitely, if you like that big city vibe, if you want to date Russians and Bulgarians and African women and Ethiopian women and Thai women that speak perfect English, women from Singapore that sound like they're from Cali, if you want that vibe, then Bangkok. If you don't mind the traffic and you don't mind paying a little extra, then I suggest, Bangkok is for you. It's no beach. It's not any ocean breeze. It was a little hot there. You got a big major mall, MBK Mall. Like I said, I was out there for some time. I really enjoyed myself out there. Me and my other guy, we didn't even really want to come back to Pattaya because we were having so much fun. But it's very dope. As a matter of fact, I have a video premiering. That just reminded me, I actually have a video premiering at, I believe, 8 o'clock, 8:15 in about 30 minutes. While I'm moving to Bangkok, and I'm gonna explain myself in the video. So make sure to tune into that video as well. All right. Somebody said I see the Russian on Tinder Bangkok all the time. Yeah, you got a lot of Russians in Thailand. I got another super chat. Oh, shout out to my dude D May. What up, D May? Basketball player. $5 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. He says, thanks for the heads up when I come to Thailand in March, bro. That's right around the corner. I'll have a laminated card size copy of my passport in my wallet. That's cool. That's what's up, man. I also have a copy of your entry date as well, because that's really what they want to see. More so of if you're overstaying, that's what they're looking for, right? That's what they pretty much looking for. But once again, appreciate the $5 super chat, my dude D May. Shout out to you, bro. All right. Somebody Grandmaster Hai says Bangkok is cool, just like Pattaya more. Hey, Pattaya, like I say, Pattaya it's a contrast. You know, do you like New York? Do you like Miami? Both cities are very dope. So it's like Bangkok, Pattaya. You know, I know a lot of guys that go. They might be in Bangkok for a couple of months. They might come to Pattaya for a couple of months. They might go Chiang Mai for a couple of weeks. They might go to Hue Hin. They might go to Phuket. They're moving around. They just be moving around. Somebody said beach life beats the city life. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely, man. All right. So, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to do another show. Watch out for the premiere, because the video is going to be premiering in about 30 minutes. All right. Hopefully, you guys got some good information. We out, man. Let me catch the super chat. We're going to go ahead and be on out. Shout out to my dude, D South Crown 35. He's also a member of the $5 super chat. He says, Bangkok used to be my favorite spot. The party scene changed heavily before COVID happened. I mainly stay there to take care of medical needs now. All right, so that's true. That's a good spot. Shout out to D South Crown 35 for the $5 super chat. Really appreciate that. Yeah, the party scene is super dope. Watch the video. Like I said, the video I'm about to premiere in about 30 minutes, man. I'm walking through, and I really didn't have I knew, you know, what area, because my friend was telling me about the different areas. But I was walking, it was a lot to be seen. You know, I was really enjoying myself just walking through Bangkok, walking down the street and everything like that. It's so different. It's so much different than Pattaya. All right. Somebody asked, what's the average cost of a 1,200 square foot condo? It depends on where you want it, man. It really depends on your location. I'm not sure if you're talking about Pattaya or Bangkok or the John TM areas, different areas. But the prices definitely vary. Prices are reasonable. They skyrocketed right now for some reason. So do your research if you plan on coming before the end of the year. Definitely do your researches, because the prices are a little bit higher, much higher. And I believe it's for the holiday, because I was actually looking for some Airbnbs for a guy I'm doing a consultation with. And the Airbnbs is really high right now, I guess, for the holidays, because people are spending the holidays out here in Thailand. But in January, the prices pretty much go back to normal. All right. So if you got a trip planned after the holidays, the prices should go back down, back to, the full $500 type of a month apartments that I know a lot of guys would like. All right. All right, family. So once again, appreciate you guys tuning in. We out. Peace.